Hey guys, myderpinabox here, bringing you some T34 gameplay. Taking a quick look, I'm averaging almost 2,400 damage in this tank, an 11 survivor streak. And the first game here is a pretty epic showdown with some Triari boys on mines, which is not one of my favorite maps for a slow heavy.
So pick up that precious something and
You can see that our light tank actually decided not to spot the hill. He's going to snipe from the back, which is awesome and pretty common in public games here. Taking a few shots as I was trying to push up, and the whole red team has gone to the top of the hill as I was hoping that we would. So at this point we're just trying to dig in a little bit and see if we can whittle them down on some HP since we're out of position. As you start getting into these bigger guns at the higher tiers, the importance of the ammo bar and the ammo switching for the situation becomes a lot more important than in the lower tiers with the small guns where you may not pen. You can see I'm trying to snipe the hatch at this Panther 8.8, so I've switched to APCR because being downhill and trying to shoot at such a small target, I really need to make sure I pen if I hit it. So far he's done a great job of staying hidden there. Here I stopped to ask our T49 if he's going to participate. And then I'm back to it. Alright, so unfortunately Red's got another tank up on top of the hill, and now it's a defender. And I know since Triari's in it that it's going to be at least a competent player, so I'm trying to get us back to somewhat of an advantage, taking a little bit more risk than I'd like to, and actually works out. Our defender's doing a pretty good job of being supportive without dying so far. That Panther's in a great spot for him and really annoying for me because he's got side shots every time I pop up. And we've got a T49 on the flank, so I just got to make sure I don't give him a square target so that he can't pen anything at an angle from that distance. So it seems like every time we get back to even, then somebody on our team manages to die. And notice that this SP is pushed up a little too far, getting greedy, so I go ahead and even the score back up. Unfortunately, take a shot there from the Panther, and I'm worried that this defender is going to come downhill, but he decides to hang on. So at this point we're 3-on-3. They've definitely got a better position, but we've got enough HP that we should be able to fight back from it. Again, just playing conservative. We've got a T28P in the back, and he's going to have to deal with that 49, which you can see put a shot into him there, but didn't quite kill him. And at this point we're just trying to play conservative, or I guess I should say. I'd love to kill that 49 and free up our T28, but I can't see him. Take a blind shot there, just hope that he's popped out and sat there, but wasn't able to do anything. So Panthers, again, being great for him, annoying for me, and popping up and putting another shot in. At this point I'm just losing a little bit more HP than I'd like, and just trying to keep as hard a target as I can. So again, he's hiding behind that rock, being very patient, as is the defender. I'm not sure what my team's doing at this point, but all I can really do is deal with the two in front of me. I can see that my defender took a big shot. He must have got penned by the T49, and that's really unfortunate because he had about 1100 HP. So at that point the 49 tries to shoot me, and like I mentioned earlier, there's no way he can pen me from there as long as I stay angled. So I'm not going to show him my back, I'm not going to show him a flush side, and our 28's going to have to deal with him or we're going to lose. Again, spotted. Again, just being aware where the 49 is. The two on the hill seem to be pretty content to just sit there, as they probably should be. And another shot from the 49 that he can't pen. I'm not even going to use the repair kit at this point. I'll just wait it out. Now he finally pops up, and I'm just waiting on him, hoping that he pulls back. Right there he does, and you can see I finally get the kill shot on him. And so we're up a tank at this point, which, if the way the battles looked so far, didn't seem like that was going to happen. So I'm hoping that we can manage to pull this out. At this point our defender gets really confident and decides that he's going to pop up which is a little bit unfortunate. He bounces that shot, and we're just trying to wait it out again. So this Panther, if I could kill him, and with a few tanks still left, then we should be able to rush this defender because he wouldn't have enough in his clip to kill everybody. But unfortunately, again, these guys are showing some great patience. I can have shots on this Panther on his hatch if I can get the right angle without the defender rushing me. And at this point, I just have to hope he makes another mistake, so I'm continuing to keep an eye on him. I really am not going to be able to shoot that defender with the Panther still there. You can see him looking around, and I finally am able to ding him for 300. And now our defender makes a charge, which I'm not sure why. And it costs him, unfortunately. I could have used that extra gun just to keep the defender at bay. I can see just the corner, and I'm hoping that he pops. I take a speculative shot, and it's unfortunately not a pen. And at this point, I'm just backing away. I don't want to take another shot from him, so I'm trying to get down the hill. I'm not sure what our T28's doing at this point. I was hoping that he would be able to get a shot on that Panther. And as he's trying to get back in position, I'm just pushing up again. And at that point, I was using AP because I knew I needed to kill. APCR wasn't going to probably roll 400, and I'm able to get that kill. So we're 2-on-1. I actually can't find our T28. I didn't know where he went. And now we're down again. So the defender's here. I'm a 2-shot for him. I don't think he's got 2 shots left. I thought maybe he had 1. So I'm pushing up trying to get a shot on him and see what he'll do. At this point, he actually falls down the hill. So I stop and assess. There's really 40 seconds left. I don't really want to play for a draw. It's been a really good game. At the same point in time, I'm not going to YOLO for it. So I'm just waiting and hoping he'll pop around and that I can land a couple of big shots. He has the same sort of feeling. It looks like he's not going to YOLO in to try to win it. So at this point, I just decide to come around the corner and see what I can do, hoping for some high rolls. AP again because I need the high rolls. 407's pretty decent, above average, but I'm going to need something really high. You can see how helpful my team's being after they've all died. Again, showing him an angle, and I'm uphill, so that helps. Low roll. At this point, I'm just going for the ram. He continues to back up, which is smart on his part, and then he actually gets a pen, and I continued to push and wound up dying, which is okay. It was a great game. I'd rather have won it, obviously, but given what my team contributed, I'm okay with a big game loss to another good player. Game number 2, here we are in Fort Despair, and as you probably saw in the last game, the T34 actually plays a lot like the T30, just with a lot less alpha, but similar reload, similar strong turret. And so on Fort Despair, you got to make sure you stay out of heavy alley, because if you're straight on, especially with the Russian heavies, you're going to lose that battle on the DPM side, and they're also going to be able to pen you straight on. I like to go right here. Always looking at the lineup composition. They've got more heavies than we do anyways, so that makes the most sense. The team's agreeable, which is great, and we're going to have some mediums out to the right. So since we do, I'm going to go up here, and instead of sitting in this bush, I'm actually going to pull forward and try to look through the middle, since I know I've got coverage on the right side, or at the very least, if there's something out there that our mediums are going to spot it. You can see their bat chat popping up there just for spots. It's been a little unsure, but I'm going to pull up anyways. We've got spots in the middle. Tier 9 Frenchie, not something I want to trade shots with, especially with a 3-shot clip on his side, so I'm trying to get back, and he gets a pin in anyways, which I was a little bit surprised. Got a Tiger 2 sitting in the middle. This is a little bit of a fast-paced game relative to what I thought it might be. And so at this point, our team's to the right. They're obviously out all on the left side, but not capping C, just kind of sitting in the middle. And you can see that I still have shots through the bush at the 5120, who's pinned now because our team's on the outside. Keeping an eye on the mini-map, they are now capping C. I see this Tiger up here. I know I can pin the lower plate and go ahead and get a shot on him, so he's almost dead at this point. The 5120 takes another shot from our medium. I'm switching to HE, so as I mentioned in the game on mines, you got to make sure you're using the ammo bar and switching ammo types. At that point, just the splash kill is all I could do. I didn't want to take a risk on not penning. So at this point, because I think I'm going to get flanked, I want to go ahead and pull up, and I'm going to use this little ridge and the gun depression that this tank has. And you can see I'm just guessing that there's no obstacle there. I mean, I kind of know there is, but want to shoot a AP just in case there would be any sort of fencing or anything there. This bat sits a little too long. I was hoping to get a full HE pin, got greedy and just got the splash damage. But at this point, we're kind of rolling them. And so when I get in a game like this, I start thinking mastery. I've had a few good shots already. I'm probably close to, a couple thousand in damage. I've got the low out here. I also don't want someone behind me, so in addition to just trying to go for maximum damage at this point, I don't want someone behind me. You can see I slightly angled and headed away from him as I was going, and he was unable to pin. That was an unfortunate ghost shell right there where I managed to do 0 damage, even though having a full side shot on him. So at this point, we're going to win the game, and like I mentioned, just looking for what's the most that I can do from a damage perspective. These guys, I thought maybe they were all in the middle, but instead only 2 of them are, so I take a couple big shots. That 122-44, or 54 actually, has great DPM. It's not something I want to sit in front of. So I'm just waiting to see what my team's doing. They're all sort of watching me. And at this point, I'm trying to get out of here in case somebody charges, which you'll see occasionally at the end of the game when teams know they're losing. They'll just come right at the player they want to kill the most. And so I'm backing up here now that I know that we got the corner. Our ISU is going to go up here and probably die. And then he finally thinks better of it. And so at this point, I'm just going up for the IS-5 to see what I can do. See if I can splash a kill shot. You can see me switch to HE really quickly because I know any damage I do will kill him. Get that kill shot in there just for the extra XP. And then I'm going to try to get one more shot on here. And at this point, the whole team is ramming me. Or running into me, so you can see the extra kill there. So a 7-0 game, not really an exciting game, but just in terms of how to master a tank, you can see it didn't feel like I did a lot, but I was constantly shooting at the beginning of the game, using AP where I knew I could pen, APCR a little bit, and then HE for some easy kill shots on low health tanks, and the end result is a mastery. Because it was an 8-9 game, you get extra XP for shooting the tier 9s. Alright, last game here for the T34 video. You can see on our team composition, we've got 1 light and 1 medium. The other team's got 3 mediums and a light. So I want to go A and B. I want to make sure the team understands that I don't mean also get C, because you do occasionally get the guys who are trying to be extra helpful. So I'm trying to get everybody in town. It looks like we do have everyone following. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and push up to A. I'm almost positive that they're not going to be there. If they had some heavies, I would not be so aggressive in pushing up. Just the same, I'm going to go up here and sit behind this Jeep. That way if anybody's trying to shoot heat or HE or anything like that at my lower plate, they're not going to be able to do it because of the Jeep. You notice that my English isn't great there, but what I'm trying to tell the team is that as soon as we get A, we're going to push B. The town and supremacy on this map, the only advantage is if you can get 2 bases if you're not going to take the hill, because the hill's still a lot better from a viewpoint perspective, and so the team is cooperating. At this point, it's quite lucky because everybody seems to be listening. All we've got spotted is tanks on the hill. I don't want to get flanked by myself. Asking them to hold town so they don't continue to the hill here. And I'm saying specifically not C, because then again we had some extra helpful folks that said, hey, it would be better if we had all 3 bases. And so turning around here, you can see I got a Drac coming up. He decides he'd rather get in some cover, but not enough. And they're now trying to get A, which we can't start losing bases, so I'm actually going to be pretty aggressive. Now you can see the RU pop up straight in front of me. I take a look at him just to see what the pen looks like. And I'm just trying to assess where the whole red team is, because I don't want to pull out if there's some other big TDs. I'm really asking our team to step up here. And while I'm trying to pull forward, being conscious of the fact that RU's over there, get one more shot into this tree RE Drac, and this RU is really starting to piss me off, so I'm going to see if he'll pop up again and see if I can put one in him. I noticed from my past of RUs here, you can see it's full gray, so I switched to HE. Again, the importance of the ammo bar, so I roll over 500, and at this point he's now about a half health tank. Somebody else shot him earlier, but it was just a little hit. He's still sitting in that depression. He seems to be pretty focused on me, but now has decided he can't win, so he's running. HE again, so I'm going for the kill shot, and you can see again 558, so if that's an AP shell, probably rolling 400 on average. APCR is going to roll something less than that, maybe 370. So the importance of picking the right type of ammo right there not only got me a kill, but I did 1,000 damage in 2 shots as opposed to doing 700. Go ahead and put an extra kill shot in there. We're really not winning this game as much as I thought we should be, so that tells me that our team's a little bit inexperienced, or at least not coordinated. I'm going to chase this SU-101. I'm glad that he did not snipe me when I came across, because he did have some good shooting lanes, which is unavoidable sometimes. He's decided to chase one of our tanks, so happily put a couple in him there. And really, that's all we got at this point. I'd love for that RHM to come YOLOing down the hill. I'm going to pop over here and look, but I'm not going to bother driving up that far. So again, not a real competitive game, but I just want to show you the importance of ammo switching and how you can get that average damage up. And you can see just 2 shots I got 1,000 damage on an RU that would have been 700 with the wrong ammo type.